Hello biology lovers! Do you want to learn biology from the basic and in a very easy way? Don't worry, you are in the right place. Welcome to Cell to System. Today we will learn about sexual reproduction in humans. Now, human beings involves male and female gametes to sexually reproduce. The sexual reproduction in humans is differentiated into 7 parts. First is male reproductive system. Second one is female reproductive system. Third one is gametogenesis. That is production of or formation of gametes. Next is fertilization, which is actually the fusion of gametes. The fifth one is implantation and pregnancy. Next is embryonic development. And the seventh one is parturition or the childbirth. So, this is the sequence in which we will do or complete this chapter of sexual reproduction in humans. Now, in today's class, we will be learning these two topics. The male reproductive system is briefly and precisely differentiated into 4 main parts. The parts are, first one is primary sexual organ or gonads, that is testes. Next one is accessory ducts. Fourth one is accessory glands. And the fifth one is external genitalia. First, we will understand the functions and the location of these parts. After that, we will know the diagram of the structure. Now, testes is the main or the primary gonad, which is the site for gametogenesis. Gametogenesis, that is the production of gametes. In case of testes, it is actually the spermatogenesis. Production of sperms. Production of sperms. It is also the site for secretion of testosterone, which is produced by Leydig cells. Now we have an idea about the function. Now, how does the testes look like? There are a pair of testes in male reproductive system which are almond-shaped structure, and it is situated in a sac-like structure called scrotum. These testes, it comes out from the abdomen, and the temperature in the scrotum is 3 to 4 degrees less than the body temperature of humans. Now, shifting to the accessory ducts. Accessory ducts are also known as accessory tubules. The accessory ducts are epididymis. Second, the vas deferens. Third, ejaculatory duct. and fourth is the urethra. Now, epididymis, it is the part where the sperm after production is temporarily stored. Here, storage of sperm occurs. The next one is the vas deferens. It is the canal or duct that transfers sperm from the testes to the urethra. From the testes to urethra. The next one is the ejaculatory duct. It helps the ejaculation of sperm. Next is urethra. It is the common passage for urine and the semen. So this is the accessory ducts. Now coming to the accessory glands. There are mainly three glands. One is seminal vesicle. Next is prostate gland and Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland is also known as bulbourethral gland. So, this seminal vesicle produces a fluid which is rich in fructose and energizes the sperm. Fluid rich in fructose. The prostate gland produces milky alkaline fluid which is responsible for the alkaline nature of the sperm. The next one is Cowper's gland. It produces mucus which helps in mobility of sperm. Now, there may be a question in your mind that I have mentioned semen. Semen is the mixture of sperm and the fluid produced from the accessory glands. So, these two form the semen which actually comes out from the accessory ducts to the female reproductive tract. And these fluids are rich in fructose that nourishes the sperm, energizes the sperm, and the mucus in the semen. This helps in the mobility of the sperm for the fertilization. Now, the external genitalia, penis, a common passage from where the urine and the semen comes out in case of males. It also helps in the copulation and transfer of semen from the testes to the female reproductive tract. Now, we will see a diagram in which we can also understand this structure. In this diagram, we can clearly see the gonad testis which is impaired and situated in the scrotum. The accessory tubules or accessory ducts are epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct and urethra. Now the series of accessory glands are seminal vesicle which is responsible for the production of fructose rich fluid, prostate gland behind seminal vesicle, and the Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland is responsible for the secretion of mucus. Now the common passage for the urine and the sperm is the external genitalia. It is the penis which is protected by the glans penis layer. Now let's discuss female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is also differentiated into four parts as the male reproductive system. First, the primary sexual organ or gonad is the ovaries. The pair of ovaries, which is a oval-shaped structure, is the main sexual part of female reproductive system, where the oogenesis and the production of hormones occur. The main function of ovaries are oogenesis, for the production of ova and the formation of estrogen and progesterone. So, so this is the oogenesis and the formation of progesterone which occurs in ovaries. The location of ovary is the abdominal cavity. The abdominal cavity. Now going to the accessory ducts. Accessory ducts, these are in different types. One is fallopian tube or also called oviduct. Another one is uterus and the third one is vagina. The fallopian tube or oviduct has three main parts. One is infundibulum, another one is ampulla, and the third one is isthmus. In infundibulum, it is the nearer structure to the ovary, and the transfer of ovum from the ovary to the fallopian tube occurs through this part. In the ampulla, the fertilization occurs, and isthmus is the connector between fallopian tube and the uterus. The uterus is the another canal or another duct where there is three main layers: the perimetrium, myometrium, and the endometrium. This perimetrium is the outermost layer of the uterus. Myometrium is the muscular layer of the uterus, and the endometrium is the innermost layer of the uterus where the implantation of the fertilized egg occurs. Now coming to the vagina. The vagina is the common passage which acts as a birth canal and the copulatory organ. The accessory glands are Bartholin gland and the mammary gland. The Bartholin gland produces fluid which helps in the lubrication during the copulation. The mammary gland, it produces the milk. The milk production in the mammary gland occurs after the childbirth. The last but not the least part is the external genitalia. The external genitalia is collectively known as vulva. It is differentiated into main parts: mons pubis, labia majora, and labia minora. The third one is clitoris, and the fourth one is hymen. Mons pubis is the external part of the vulva. If the labia majora and the labia minora, these are the folds which protects the vulva and the other reproductive parts. The clitoris is the small sensitive organ in the vulva region of women, and hymen is the small, very thin muscular tissue which protects the vulva from external injuries. Now, this is the various parts of the female reproductive system. In this diagram, the pair of ovaries are clearly visible. Ovaries are connected to the uterus with the help of fallopian tube. Infundibulum, ampulla, and isthmus are the three parts of the fallopian tube. The part nearer to the ovary is the infundibulum. After infundibulum, the ampulla. In ampulla, the fertilization occurs, and the isthmus is connector between uterus and the fallopian tube. Now, the uterus has three main layers: perimetrium, myometrium, and endometrium. In the endometrium, the implantation occurs. The mouth of the uterus adjacent to the vagina is known as the cervix. Vagina is the long canal where the copulation occurs and the menstrual blood comes out through the vagina. This diagram shows the location of the reproductive system in the females. Here we can see the external genitalia of the women. So the mons pubis is the pubic area where the pubic hair grows. Next, the outer lips or the labia majora, the inner lips, the labia minora, and the clitoris. Clitoris is a small sensitive organ which resembles with the penis of the male. The vaginal opening is clearly seen. Opening is covered with a thin tissue layer called hymen. Bartholin's gland is also present just below the vaginal opening, which secretes fluid, helping in the lubrication during the sexual intercourse. Unlike males, females have three distinct openings: the urinary bladder opening, the vagina, and the anus. If I have to conclude upon the functions of the female reproductive system, it can be main five functions of the female reproductive system. The first function of female reproductive system is production of ovum or oogenesis, reception of sperm for fertilization. The third one is fertilization. Next one is site for implantation, and the lactation after childbirth. So these are some functions of the female reproductive system. Now we will know about the hormonal control upon the reproductive systems. So there are various hormones present in both male and female reproductive system which regulate the functioning of the reproductive systems. In case of follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone, it is present in both male and female parts. Now, in case of females, the follicle stimulating hormone, it stimulates the growth of ovarian follicles. The follicle stimulating hormone in male reproductive system, it stimulates spermatogenesis. Now, luteinizing hormone in female reproductive system, it stimulates ovulation or the coming out of the mature ovum from the ovary to the fallopian tube, and production of corpus luteum. We will understand corpus luteum in the later classes. The next one, LH in male reproductive system, it induces the Leydig cells to produce testosterone. Now, the estrogen, it is present only in female reproductive system. It controls the secondary sexual characteristics like enlargement of breast, formation of pubic hair. Secondary sexual characters like pubic hair formation. Now, in case of males, this function is similar in testosterone. It is responsible for secondary sexual characters like beard formation, low pitched voice, that is deep voice, and etc. The progesterone, it is the hormone which maintains pregnancy. It maintains pregnancy and menstruation. So these are the hormones that control the male and female reproductive system. Both the secretion of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone in both male and female reproductive system is controlled by gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is released by pituitary gland, and the whole system is under hormonal control. So this is all about the hormonal control as well as the female and male reproductive system. So in today's lecture, we have completed various parts and function and control of female and male reproductive system. Now, I have something to say, that is, every new life begins with a cell, but it grows into a miracle. So, all of us is a miracle. This is all about today. We will come up with the next part in the next session. So, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to stay updated. If you want to connect with me, please join my Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. Thank you so much.